In this episode, we're here to visit Ron Espiritu.
What's up, Eric?
Hey Ron, what's up?
What's up?
Where are we, Ron?
We're in Montebello, California, east of East LA. Welcome to my garden. Thanks for coming by, Tom.
Not a problem. So Ron has a secret garden, so he turns his garden. There it is. Look at this, people.
Secret garden behind the garage. So my name is Ron Espiritu. I just want to welcome everybody to my humble garden. I wanted to start by saying thank you to the California Bonsai Society and Robert Pressler for awarding me the Ben Oki Scholarship. Really humbled and excited to use those resources to further my bonsai education. Yeah, and excited for Tom to be here today. So this is the garden that I've been working on. I started building it about 4 years ago. I've been into the bonsai hobby for about 7 or 8 years. And the place that I got into bonsai was actually at the Huntington Library, the bonsai garden there. It was that bald cypress that sits right after the rock garden, the beautiful rock garden. You walk into the bonsai court and you see that bald cypress. It just like blew my mind. So I remember taking 30 minutes of pictures and videos, and all my family and friends telling me to hurry up. And it was that day I decided that I was gonna join the hobby and learn more about the art of bonsai. And now 4 years, 7 or 8 years later, you can see. So this is a tree that I wanted to share. I like the kind of twist in the tree. It's a Brazilian pepper tree, and it came from a friend of mine named Jack Sherman. Jack's a 93-year-old bonsai elder in Downey, California, and I've been lucky enough to receive a lot of his trees. So a lot of the trees in my garden came from Jack's garden, and I've just been trying to continue his legacy and the work that he put in. He told me he put in 50 years of bonsai practice, and so a lot of the older and larger trees that I have came from Jack. Yeah, so another grape tree, a grape bonsai tree that doesn't have much shape, but another tree that came from Jack Sherman.
You know what kind of variety that is?
I'm not sure. I've seen he shared me pictures of this grape tree with grapes on it. I've never been able to get it to fruit, but I think it's possible. This one, not much of a bonsai anymore, but kind of. This one creates strawberry guavas, so there's like a few fruits up here, and I actually eat them, and they're delicious. So I kind of use it just as a novelty for producing fruits. This is a tree that this came from the San Gabriel Bonsai Nursery. The first tree that I brought into Baikoen Bonsai Club, and Lindsay Shiba helped me to style this the first time. And shout out to Tom and the Baikoen Bonsai Club. I've just been really been enjoying watching everybody's videos of their gardens. Everybody's been sharing Tom doing the recording. That's been a lot of fun. Even though we're on quarantine, I know for me, I repotted a record number of trees this year. I think I got up to like 55 because I had, that was all I was doing. And so it's just been really fun watching other people's gardens. I also wanted to take a moment to give a shout out to my good friend, Gabriel Gonzalez. So he's a local potter. This is one of his pots. And also actually one of his trees that he sold to me, a little cascading juniper. I just really like his style and really like the aesthetics of his pottery. Here's another cool one that Gabriel made. So follow Gabriel on Instagram. It's at Gunz _owner ONER. Yeah. Also follow me on Instagram. So my bonsai Instagram page is bonsai_LA, and that's where I do a lot of the updating of my bonsai life and the practice. Yeah.
Your favorite tree, or a legacy tree?
Sure. I mean, I also wanted to give recognition to my bonsai teacher, Gary Ishii. I feel really lucky to be one of his students, and I have a lot of love for the Ishii family, all of the Ishii family, and they take care of me and they teach me a lot, and I'm just really glad to be a part of that tradition, a part of that family. So this is one of the bunjin trees that Gary sold me and that we've been working on in class in our last few sessions. With the Bonsai Scholarship, I hope to do some one-on-one classes with Gary in the future. The Ishii family were master grafters. Gary is a second generation. Masu Ishii, right, Tom? Mas is Gary's father. This is that signature Ishii twists on some little trees. Got picked this one up actually a couple months ago. Trying to support Shikugoen, their bonsai nursery over there, and definitely got some projects of these Kishu Shimpaku that I want to work on in the future. This is one that I picked up from Gary a few I don't know, about a year ago or so. So they're in different stages of development. Also want to share this old California juniper. It came out of the Mojave Desert. Also one of Jack Sherman's trees, and I'm hoping that in one of my classes with the Bonsai Scholarship that I can style this tree and turn it into something that could be interesting to look at. And definitely.
How did you acquire that tree?
This one, well, as I mentioned, my friend Jack, every few months he would call me to pick up trees and buy trees from him. And this one I kept eyeing. It was definitely partially dead. But at one point he gave it to me just to tell me
That's
that
awesome.
he wanted to pass that on.
That is a true legacy tree.
Yeah, for sure. So that's something exciting. And I wanted to show off also, I'm a collector of cork jade, Afro Portulacaria bonsai trees. Of course, Frank Yee, the local bonsai master when it comes to cork jade trees. And one of the things that I've been really excited about is, I think it was actually a California Bonsai Society show where it was Mel, I can't remember Mel's last name, but Mel showed off a really great display. And after that show, I've almost seen a cork jade in almost every show now, in every club show. So it's been really exciting. For those of us that love jade bonsai trees, a great beginner tree. It's a great tree to start off with. It's really hard to kill. It's definitely something that you can learn from and develop. And so those are my jade trees that I'm very proud of. And
you got to talk about your biggest tree in the yard here.
Yeah, so this one's a cool tree that I actually won in a raffle at the Orange County Bonsai Society, and I was really appreciate Ken from the Orange County Bonsai Society had donated this tree. It was dug up out of a Japanese garden. The people bought this house down in somewhere by the beach, and they ended up digging a bunch of these old junipers and black pines, and a lot of those are now in the club, the Orange County Bonsai Society Club. But this one I feel really lucky to now possess. Ken donated it. David Wee of Jedi Bonsai, right? I forgot how to say. Anyway, so David, we styled this tree and also donated the pot, and so I feel very blessed to have that as part of the collection. And
you got another big tree right next to it, so you got to talk about that one.
Sure, yeah. Me and Tom were kind of joking about this one a little bit earlier, but this is a old California live oak tree. You can see some of the the really the oaky kind of bark here, the gnarled bark. I hope to do something with this. This is actually a tree that I'm going to take to Bob Pressler with the one-on-one class with him in sometime in the next month or so. Try to get some style to it, but it's a funny story. I actually went on the app Let Go, and I found this like huge, California live oak, and I met this guy who owns a nursery. He sold it to me and said he had been trying to develop into bonsai. And one of the things, like, we all have our individual tastes. I actually really love oak trees. I come from San Antonio, Texas, and my parents, they live on a property that has about 22 live oak trees, beautiful live oak trees. I love going to their house and spending time in the backyard. And so for me, collecting live oak bonsai trees like this one is a cork oak, little live oak forest. I also think boxwoods resemble oak trees, of course. This is one came from my buddy Gabriel. It was dug up out of a yard. This one's dug up out of a yard. So I love looking at live oak trees or boxwood trees that look like live oak because it reminds me of my family, it reminds me of home. So, we all kind of get our love for the trees somewhere.
So people may not know Let Go. Let Go is like
it's like an app where you can sell.
It's like Craigslist.
Yeah,
it's
old
like
electronics or something. It was just random, but it worked out, for me. Yeah, so another one of my buddy Gabriel's pots right here. Just put it in here last night.
Your Don Redwood. Talk about your Don Redwood.
Sure.
Your elephant in the room.
Yeah, so it's a Don Redwood Forest. Used to be 9 trees. I lost a couple in the big heat swell a couple years ago. But a lot of people say you can't grow them in LA. I'm doing my best. I enjoy looking at it as a forest. I love visiting the Redwood Forest in California. So I enjoy having it here in the garden. One thing I forgot to mention was this Brazilian pepper tree that we were looking at earlier. This tree over here actually was a cutting, like an air layer or a branch cutting that came from this tree over here. So it's kind of cool to see, them still communicating and being with each other.
So I've noticed that you're not on an automatic drip system. So you water everything by hand, I presume?
I do water everything by hand, which brings up problems when I go on vacation. That's when I lose trees. So I actually have a system set up in the background that I haven't finished yet. So I'm gonna get Tom's help or somebody else to help me finish the spraying system. But for now, it's all by hand.
So when you go on vacation, who helps you water?
The homies do. So the bonsai homies, I used to have my neighbor, but that didn't work out very well. So now I have like a collection of Bonsai Friends where I'll ask, can you come on Monday? Can you come on Tuesday? And, thankfully, that's the way we are in the bonsai community, in the bonsai world. We help each other out.
Nice. And then one last thing, I noticed you have some benches. Is these homie benches that you have? They look really good. You want to talk about them?
Yeah, I didn't make them, but on Let Go.
See it, look, you see it.
I saw somebody that was doing woodwork, and I asked if he could make bonsai benches. So,
they're really cool.
I've had them for a few years. I think I need a couple more with all the trees that I have here.
It's growing. Your collection's growing.
Yeah. And so finally, I just wanted to say, bonsai is a wonderful hobby. It's a wonderful art form. It helps me to regulate stress and connects me to nature, connects me to the sky and the earth and the temperature and the sun. And it's just a beautiful experience to interact with the trees and to interact with nature and to kind of, see the beauty that the creator has in these little miniature trees and the art form that we create. So I'm just really happy to share that with the world and to share that with my good friend Tom here. Looking forward to seeing all the bonsai community at the next club meetings or the next show as soon as this quarantine is over.
1 or 2 tips for new beginners or new members?
I think one of the things that I just want to tell people is don't be afraid, dive in, ask for help. That's the thing. Like, I have bonsai big brothers like Sean and Song and Gabriel and Tom, that I can go to for advice and to look for ideas. Don't be afraid to reach out, like foster a community and people will help you and then you can help the next generation. And the other advice I would say is stage 1 is keep the tree alive. And then stage 2, just start learning and find yourself a teacher and just grow the art form and be passionate and enjoy yourself. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun and relaxing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next episode.
Yeah.
See ya.
Thanks for coming.